everyone, I just did a live video for just walking you through all of our health and safety procedures, and I know we did have some connection issues there, so I just thought I'd come and redo it as a pre-recorded video which I can upload in case you did miss anything. It's a very old building, so I hadn't anticipated that, of course. But I hope you're all well, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nikki and I'm the owner of Utopia Beauty Salon here in Abingdon. So I'm just going to walk you through the salon and show you all the different procedures and health and safety measures we put into place here, just to ensure that you're completely safe from start to finish. Before I do that, just a few different points about the appointments themselves. So when we do book your appointment, we will now be asking for an up-to-date email address, and that's really just so that we can send you an email out 48 to 72 hours before the appointment itself, and that will have a few health and safety guidance points in there, and also a link to a COVID-specific questionnaire. And the reason we ask you to do that before you arrive is so that we can ensure that everyone who is stepping foot into the salon has not knowingly come into contact with COVID or suffering from any symptoms, and generally just feeling well. So please do expect that to come through. Three of the main points that I'll go through now, which are in the email, are that we do ask you to arrive alone for your appointment. Unless you require a registered carer, to bring a carer, please just let us know beforehand, and that way we can account for them for being in the salon. And of course, if you are accompanying a minor who is under the age of 16, who is receiving a treatment such as ear piercing, for example, then of course that's absolutely fine as well. But sadly, for the time being, it just means that we can't accommodate any other sort of extra friends or family members who are not receiving treatments here with us. Throughout your appointment as well, or for the duration of your visit really, we will be asking everyone to be wearing some kind of a face covering or a mask as well. Obviously for a little bit of added protection for yourself, but of course I want to make sure that our team are kept protected as much as possible as well. You are very welcome to bring your own mask. If of course it is a reusable one, please just make sure that it is a new one. If it's a reusable one, please make sure it's nice and clean. And if it's a disposable one, then we just ask that it is a new one when you do arrive here. The very last main point I want to make about your appointment is that we do ask you now to arrive no earlier than 5 minutes before your appointment. Of course, we need to make sure we are limiting the amount of people that are waiting around in the salon as well. Okay, so let's go through the different measures I'm going to walk you through now. The first thing you will notice when you come into the salon is that by the front door here we have an automatic hand sanitizer dispenser. So that's all completely touch-free, so again, just a little bit of added cleanliness there. And then probably the main thing you'll notice if you are familiar with us is that we have completely rearranged the ground floor of the salon. And we've done this to allow us to adhere to social distancing measures, so that we can make sure everyone is keeping a safe distance from each other while they are here with us in the salon. What we have done is taken the 3 retail shelves that used to be along the side here, and we have swapped them with the couches, the 2 sofas rather, that were at the back of the salon. We've put them side by side, and we have taken out the 2 middle seats. So we ask you not to sit there, and that gives us 2 seats, one at the end here and another at the other end, keeping a really nice safe distance from one another. And that will give you the chance to come just a little bit before your appointment and fill in any medical questionnaires or consultation forms that we do require you to fill in. You'll notice on the coffee table here that we have some tissues. We've added a little pedal bin here as well, so if you get caught out with a cough or a sneeze, you've got everything there to hand to make sure you can catch and dispose of that appropriately. When it comes to the consultation process itself, in the past we have done this with paper forms. We have now decided to switch that out to a digital way instead. So when you do come, if you need to fill anything in, you will be presented with a tablet and you'll be able to fill in all of the questions and sign on here. And that just really means that we are able to sanitize that very quickly and efficiently between each uses as well. We just felt that that was perhaps a slightly better, more safe way of carrying out the consultation process. I was going to show you our retail area, so all the same retail products that we have always had here in the salon, we have just moved most of them now to the back. But what we have also done is added all of our Dermalogica onto our online web shop where it wasn't there before. So if you do need to purchase any products from the salon and you don't have an appointment booked with us, you can do so from the comfort of your own home without having to come in. All of our Dermalogica products do come with free shipping as well, so an extra added bonus there. I'll just show you this little sign. We do ask if you are looking at any products that you don't start browsing and touching everything, so that it's just going to be easier for us to make sure that everything is kept clean if it's just our receptionist holding them. So if you do need to purchase any or you want to have a look at anything, then just let our receptionist know and she will bag them up for you. When it comes to paying for your appointment, we do have a floor sticker here, so you know exactly where you need to stand, and that will keep you a safe distance from both the receptionist and anyone who may be filling in a consultation form at the sofa as well. For payments themselves, we do ask where possible if you could pay by contactless or by card payment, then that will be preferable. However, we will still be accepting cash payments, and we'll just make sure that that is nice and clean for you before we give you any change perhaps that's needed. The receptionist as well has her own supply of cleaning products behind the desk, and she also has her own automatic hand sanitizer dispenser, so she can assure that everything is kept clean throughout the day, including her hands as well. In the client toilet here, you will notice that we have removed the hand towel and also the hand dryer as well. So we have now replaced that with a paper towel dispenser, and we've replaced the bin with a much larger pedal bin so that you can dispose of all of your paper towels nice and efficiently. We also have an automatic hand soap dispenser as well, so again all touch free to help with extra cleanliness. For those of you who are familiar with the salon, you probably noticed in the past that the therapists don't have their own treatment rooms. They will use all the different ones depending on the treatment that they're doing and the equipment that is needed. However, one thing that we have decided to do now is assign all the therapists their own treatment room, and that just helps us to minimise all the traffic coming through each individual room, and also enable the rooms to be cleaned much more quickly and more efficiently between each client as well, so that we can see as many of you as possible throughout the day. The treatment room now has a little trunk here under the couch, and that is there so that you can pop all of your belongings in throughout the treatment. Of course, it's got a lid as well, so it keeps them nice and clean, and they're all metal, so they're very easily sanitised between every client as well. You've probably noticed that we have now removed the long blankets that we did have. They are no longer going to be in use. And if you're familiar with us, you'll probably know that we switched to disposable, biodegradable towels back in January. So those, of course, we will continue to use, and obviously they will be disposed of between each client as well. Any cotton towels here that we may be using, will of course carry on washing them at 60 degrees after every use as well, so they will not be used for more than one client. Every therapist has their own PPE kit, and that consists of a visor. They all have their masks as well, and each therapist will be wearing an apron throughout your treatment. Also, for all of our consumables throughout the treatments, we used to keep those in wooden containers, however they did not have any lids. So we have changed that now. They are now all in their own little lidded containers here to keep them as clean as possible when not in use. So everything is now in those as well. I'm going to bring you over to the desk so that I can show you a couple of things we've changed for our treatments as well. In the past, when we've been carrying out nail treatments, all of our files and our buffing blocks have been reused. However, they have been sanitised between each use with an appropriate sanitising spray. We have actually decided to stop doing it that way. So you'll now find that all of our nail files, our our orange sticks and our nail buffers are now all one use and disposable. So when you arrive for your nail treatment, you will now be presented with your own little kit here of all your files needed throughout the treatment. You will be given the opportunity to take that away home with you if you would like to at the end of the treatment. If you don't want to, then we will just dispose of those safely as well. So just a completely new pack for everyone that's coming in. For our pedicure treatments, we have always been using, or certainly for the last quite a few years, we have been using the micropedi, and every client has had their own roller, so of course we were not reusing those for anyone. However, they were quite time consuming to clean, so we have again changed to a different system for that. So for our pedicure now, for removing hard skin, we have our stainless steel foot file, and with those they do have disposable rasps that we can stick to either side, and of course they will be disposed of after every use, between every client. And the foot file itself and all of our metal implements, so tweezers, our cuticle tools, all of our metal implements will continue to be disinfected throughout the day with the Barbicide, which is a medical grade disinfectant that we have always used here. We will continue to use the Barbicide in the jars throughout the duration of the treatment. However, we now have little disinfectant trays that we now have in every single treatment room, and that means that although they're obviously being disinfected throughout the treatment itself, we can now fully submerge them in the hospital grade disinfectant for 10 minutes between each client as well, and then at the end of the day they're going to go into an autoclave to be fully sterilised. And of course, if we do need to remove anything from the autoclave before we then need to actually use it for a treatment, they will be kept in our UV steriliser to make sure that they are kept perfectly clean. All of our treatment rooms, as well as the client toilet and of course reception, also do have their own automatic hand sanitizer dispenser, so you'll find them in every room here. And again, we've gone for automatic so that you didn't need to touch anything, just for an added bit of cleanliness. I'll bring you into our nail room now so that I can show you what we have done for our pedicure bowls. So in the past we have always used electric foot spas. However, they again were quite time consuming to clean in between. So we have decided to completely switch those over, and we now have these really sweet silver pedicure bowls, and that's going to be much quicker and much more efficient for the girls to sanitize in between each use as well. Continue to carry out our usual health and safety procedures as well, such as washing our hands before and after every client, wearing disposable gloves for a lot of our treatments, which we've always done. Of course, they are disposed of between every client as well. And to help the girls adhere to social distancing as much as possible throughout the day between the team, we have also staggered all the lunch breaks so that no more than one staff member is on their break at any one time, and we have also moved the lunch area completely so that they can distance from one another throughout the day. So that's everything I wanted to show you today. Just a little walkthrough to show you that we really worked very hard over the last few weeks during lockdown to make sure that everything is as safe as possible for you on our return. And I hope it's given you a little bit more confidence if you were perhaps feeling a bit nervous about returning. And hopefully we will see you very soon. Bye.